What's up, you guys? Ziza Connection, and today we're connecting with Vet Martinez. What's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
Not much, dude. I'm happy to have you in here.
Thank you for having me.
I've been checking out your music lately.
Sure.
Definitely want to get into that. Do you want to kind of tell people what you're about, like kind of why you started making music?
Yeah, man. So, for real, music for me was really just an escape. It started off just writing my thoughts and what I thought of the world and myself and my environment.
Right.
And then I kind of give credit to my mom. She put me on the rap music like way young.
Okay.
And when I figured out, well, I can kind of do what I'm doing now, but make it into rap form, and like Tupac, that was like heavy on me.
Right.
Like I want to do that. You know, the way he's making music to make me feel like, wow, like that's so cool that you're saying that way. Right. I want to do that.
It's like you're speaking right to me.
Yeah.
Right.
So for me, it was just like I want to be able to give that to other people.
Got you.
Talk to people like, damn, like this guy knows me type shit, you know?
Right.
Like,
right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So, when did you start rapping? How old were you?
I was like 12 years old.
Okay.
Like 12 years old, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really get good though till I was like 19, 20. It took like almost 10 years to really like perfect the craft of like what I'm gonna rap about, who I am, like how I'm gonna rap.
Was it like cadence and stuff like that was difficult for you too?
For me, it was like timing, like staying on beat, catching the beat, flow switches.
Right.
You know, it was very A B, just kind of all over the place until I figured it out. You know.
Right. Were you listening to like different kinds of rap, or were you kind of in one kind of genre within rap? Because obviously, like rap's not separated into genres yet. I think that's coming at some point in time.
It's definitely coming.
But were you generally listening to one style at the time?
In the early beginning stages, it was straight gangster rap.
West Coast,
yeah. T.I., dope boy shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, for some reason, like, my ear was just like, man, the way I didn't even know what a P was or a QD and shit like that, but I was like, whatever he's talking about, like, sounds cool, bro. Like, and I just dove into Atlanta rap heavy in the beginning. So Southern rap and West Coast rap was the early stages in me. Once I kind of like was like, you know what? I want to do this. This is what I want to chase. I want to rap. I want to be an MC. That's when it expanded into the East Coast and the underground and, you know,
stuff
everything.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. See, because I know a lot of Arizona rappers seem to go the West Coast side first, obviously because we're close to the West Coast. But you can't really tell the difference in the style of the rappers who come from Arizona. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't sound like dudes who rap from Arizona. So there's a couple rappers that I've had on the podcast, right? Jalopy Bungus. Right. Do you know him?
Yeah, I know Jalopy very well. Actually.
He had a battle with Colfax.
Yeah.
That's
right.
I
was out to the battle.
Yeah. So I've had Jalopy Bungus on here. I've had Moxus on here, who's also friends with Bo.
Shout out to Moxus, yeah.
Right. So stylistically speaking, like, you don't hear the West Coast influence in Arizona rappers, right? It's kind of hard to pinpoint what an Arizona rapper sounds like. Most other cities kind of have a sound or a style, but it doesn't feel like Arizona really has that.
Right. I think we're getting close to that of what the sound of Arizona hip hop is. Right. But like, I see what you're saying. Like, there is a lot of like diversity in sounds out here. A lot, you know, like even like, I mean, you could tell the West Coast is the influence, right? But like even with rappers like Malik Scott, I would never guess he's from Arizona. I thought he's from Midwest or East Coast or something. You know, all those vibe lane dudes, they don't seem like they're from Arizona. You know, and I feel like I try to bring that same aspect. I want people to hear me and kind of be like, where the fuck is he from? Right. Like, he doesn't really sound like anybody I've heard. But I think Arizona collectively is getting very close to like a sound, like an initial sound. Yeah. When you hear something come out of Cali, you know it's from Cali. You know, 100%. Atlanta, you know it's from Atlanta. As soon as you hear it, the beat, the production, like whatever. Right. Like, we're getting close to that peak, but it's got a lot. I mean,
even like modern day, you look at Pop Smoke and you look at 6ix9ine, two most prominent rappers who come out of New York in the last 10 years. Yep. And both of them sound like they come from New York. Even as different as they are, they both still sound like New York. The beats there, the aggression, like all is very New York. Yeah. So that's interesting. But you got a chip on your shoulder from what I see on Instagram lately.
It depends. There's a couple chips up there, man. Yeah. You know, but it's not a big deal to me, honestly. It's just I'm a very vocal person.
Right, as you should be.
I'm very vocal, but sometimes it kind of gets me into trouble. Not in a bad way, just into a lot of people are like, what do you mean? What do you know? And And then I kind of like, I don't like to retract what I say either. So then it's like, fuck, should I even have said that or whatever? But me, I kind of just, I say how I feel at the time, and I don't really care if people don't like it. I really don't. Because if I say it, like, I really mean it, you know? Right. But I think, like, as far as like Chip, I think it's more of a boundary thing. Okay, if that makes sense.
You don't like people pushing you or testing your respect level.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, like, you don't know me, bro. You know, and it's not to. I'm not gonna sit here and say, you know, you don't know me. I'm a killer, this and that. It's just like, no, it's a respect thing. I don't know you as far as you don't know me, so I bring a certain respect to anybody I meet. But if they don't kind of give that back, or just off the first like initial like business transaction or whatever the hell it is, if it doesn't go smooth the first time, I'm probably just not gonna fuck with you after that.
Right.
You know,
I mean, I'm the same way, but at a lot of the time, right, you seem like a very upfront respect, like you give respect to everybody.
You have to.
Right. But I think that's what gets you. I'm the same way, but I think that's what gets you and I alike into trouble with situations, because a lot of the time people are like, wow, this guy's really nice. Like, I can probably take advantage of this dude. He's not going to clap back at me. Yeah. So setting that boundary is important, especially in the rap game. So, and I'm sure, like, have you started feeling like the industry yet, or are you still not involved enough?
I've been around like other industry rappers, you know, rappers like in the game, and it's kind of been like, wow, like I'm sitting right next to Corey Guns, you know, I'm watching Corey Guns rap in the booth right now, you know, and it's just, it gets to a point where I'm just like, he's a human being just like me. But now, I think now presently it's more so, it's a competition, you know. Now it's like, I see this rapper in front of me, but I don't see him as Corey Guns. Wow, it's Corey Guns. I'm just like, Corey Guns, what can I do to outshine him? Yeah, you know. Right. So it's like not really like I see you saying like that damn, I'm in the game. Like I'm in LA, I'm in the studio, like I'm in it. Like I haven't really like got that yet. Right. So, you know, but for me it's kind of like what feeling is that? Is like at what point do I feel like I'm on? Right. You know, because I feel like if you're chasing it for the right reason, I'll never stop. That hunger will never stop for me. You know, I'll keep wanting to perfect my craft. It's like an obsession.
At some point, it just becomes like a, when did your life change? Because I mean, at the end of the day, we're all doing. I'm doing this podcast because I want. Right. It's reflective. It's something you enjoy doing, but also you do it in hopes that it'll change your life too, and if not, you know, change other people's lives in the process. So I feel like it comes to that point, and more and more often, musicians, even DJs, like EDM artists that I've had on the podcast and stuff, say the same kind of thing. You know, it's like not in pursuit of that fame. It's just in the pursuit of being able to do something you enjoy doing and living your life. Right. You know what I mean?
That's like the ultimate freedom for me. Honestly, like I just want to wake up and do what I love, which is make music and inspire people. You know what I mean? And have my people that look at me be inspired as well to further, you know, push that on in their own lives. Like that's it. That's the ultimate goal, you know.
Yeah, you can't ask for much more in life, I swear.
You can't. Yeah. I think people overcomplicate life like way too much. Right. You know, like way too much. Just like sometimes I'm guilty of that shit, but that's in human nature as well. Right. But I think some people get kind of consumed with that. You have to understand that like life is never gonna stop being hard. Right. It doesn't matter how successful you get. It doesn't matter how much money you have or nothing. There's always gonna be a challenge. And so it's either you understand that I'm always going to be challenged until the day I die. Right. Or it's like, damn, why am I being challenged every single day? Like, and it's just like, you're just never going to progress that way. Right. You know?
I mean, unless you're getting stronger, you're never going to be able to like meet the challenges that are coming for you inevitably one way or another. Yeah. And like, I would argue that being sedentary and like not doing shit is a challenge in its own. Like that's just not, that doesn't feel good. Like nobody feels good living life like that.
No, it's for me, it's unnatural to like be still. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
I can't.
Bro, I love that.
I can't. Like I have to either be writing a verse or listening to a beat or studying how to get $10 or some shit, dude. You know, like whatever it is. Try to flip a book, like whatever. Like, but
I mean, it's a bug, and once it gets you, like it gets you. Like worst addiction ever is just being like a progress addict. I swear.
With music though, it kind of ruined me as a consumer though.
Why is that?
I can't even listen to music like the same.
Like
when I listen to a new song now, I'm not listening to this is a good song. I'm listening to his vocals and the mixing, and I'm listening to like I'm dissecting the song, so I can't even really enjoy music like as much as I used to. I still love it. I still enjoy it. Like
I feel like you'll get back there at some point. You know what I mean? Once you feel like you've ironed out all of the small issues with your own personal rapping styles and stuff like that. Once you've ironed it all out, I feel like you'll get back to being able to enjoy music again.
Yeah.
But like when you're so hypercritical of yourself because you want to be the best, like you want to kill that shit, it's hard not to pay attention to that stuff.
It's a disease. Like, and my girl, dude, she'll tell me, why are we listening to this song again? I'll sit there and I'll listen to my same song 10 times in the car, you know what I mean?
You're right.
Going somewhere and
you're like, I'm trying to catch this one piece.
It's like I have to listen to it entirely. How does the whole song sound?
Facts.
How does this verse sound compared to the hook? Like, damn, like the bridge vocals are a little too high. Like, and it's just like, it's crazy, dude. Like,
right. Even with podcasts like this, bro, they're like an hour, some of them 2 hours long, and I will literally sit there, and she knows it. I will sit there and listen the whole thing. I will edit the whole thing all the way through.
Yeah.
So I understand it, bro. Are you originally from Arizona? You're born here?
Yeah, born and raised.
Okay.
Born and raised, yeah.
Born and raised what part?
So I was born in Phoenix, St. Joseph's.
Okay.
I kind of grew up with both parents. They were separated my whole life.
Right.
But I grew up with my dad in like 27th Avenue in Glendale.
Okay.
So 27th Ave all the way from like a Goodyear is where my mom stayed.
Right.
So I didn't see my pops very much, but I still saw him. You know, he'd come and see me, whatever. But it was like from Phoenix to Goodyear to Peoria to Glendale, and I was just like all over the place up until like high school.
Right.
And then once I got to high school, I was kind of just at my pop's crib, running through Peoria, running through Maryville with my bros. Like,
you were in Peoria High School?
No, I actually went to Centennial.
Okay, cool.
But it was one of my choices. I still knew a lot of people from Peoria.
Right.
But I went to Centennial, and honestly, I fucking hated that school. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it and try to be nice on the podcast. Fuck Centennial. Like
you just like, were you just not about school? Because I hated school. Like, school sucks. But were you not about school, or were you not about that school?
I think it was more so. It was a little bit of both.
Okay.
I think I got bored easily in school.
Facts.
And I learned that early on, where it was just like, this is kind of easy what I'm learning, so I'm just get bored. I'm talking to my friends. I just don't care about this because I get what you're trying to teach me. Like, I learned kind of differently. Right. And so for me, it was kind of like, man, school's boring. But then once I figured out like how to learn like certain like I loved history class. So once I figured out like actual like events, like this is actual real life shit, like shit that actually matters, then I started getting interested in school. But then it was everybody around me. Like, I was one of those, I was that group where it's like, everybody kind of knew, but we didn't really like, we weren't like the popular kids, but everybody kind of knew of us. Like, one of my homies was like the football player. So
I was kind of in the same situation, so I feel
like, and then plus music, like me and Kofax, we were pushing music like heavy, like in high school.
So you guys went to high school? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I met Kofax 2010, like sophomore year.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, and that's when we were like, actually, we took it pretty serious for some high school kids. Honestly, we were putting out content, like people like spreading our names around the school, and it was pretty cool. Like, I even got into like a little beef and like got in a fight like over my music and shit. Like, I thought it was Tupac, dude. Like,
you love that.
Like dissing like a whole gang of people, like fucking bring them all on, dude. Like,
looking back, those are some memories you'll never forget, for real,
dude. And we have footage of it, like a lot of that stuff, those high school years, somewhere on some computer. I just don't know where it's at. Like, either me, Kofax, or Markel has it somewhere.
Whenever that pops up, it'll be like a really good present for you guys to go back and look at that shit.
Yeah, because I remember the last time I think we watched it, it was like it was like so embarrassing, bro, just to see us how we were acting and like how young we looked, and we just thought we were like so grown. Yeah, we were like. We were stupid, but it was fun, man. Looking back on those memories, like, it's definitely like since day one, since I've known Markel, since I've known Kofax, we've all been chasing it as hard as ever. Like, and I think that's what makes us three kind of stand out here in Arizona. Right, is kind of like we just don't stop, man. We don't stop. Like, we don't, like Markel. I think he just dropped another fucking one take. Kofax is gonna drop another EP. I'm about to drop another EP and an album and a short film and a documentary. And
this shit doesn't cost a lot of money to put out, like getting all this shit done. Or you guys just working with homies that are like here to help you guys grow?
Dude, it's like
that shit's like, bro, getting studio time's expensive. Getting content made for you is expensive.
Like, okay, so like with studio time, so shout out Trill. Right, I don't know how you met Trill. I'm still gonna ask you about all that.
Dude, I know him like 3 different directions. Like friend of a friend. Like he was cousin to someone that I like. All different directions.
He's a great dude. Him and Bo. Right. So he records on my shit. You know, I still pay for studio time.
Right.
You know, it's nothing free.
Right.
In this industry. But he's not charging me out the ass.
Right.
Let's just say that, you know. Same with Bo, same with any person I work with. I mean, it's like there has to be some kind of incentive, whether if you're gonna shoot on my videos, well, let's put it on your page then.
Right.
You know what I mean? Kind of thing. Like, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. But really it's just been like years. Like, that's the thing. There's no secret. There's no like, oh, how do you do all this stuff? Like, how do you have a label? Do you have that? Like, there's no secret. All it is hard work. Like, for me, like, I try to tell people all the time, man, like, I didn't do this shit overnight. Like, people see me, like, and they compliment me, like, dude, you're so good. And I thank it. And I try to stay as humble as I can. But it's just like, because I feel like I'm still in the beginning stages. I feel like I haven't even started yet.
Right.
But, like, I just feel like it's been since, like, 2007-8 is when I kind of set out to be a rapper, right? And so for it to be 2020 now, I better damn well be at least some kind of decent, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, if I'm working that hard at that shit,
I should have at least figured something out by now.
So it's just like, it's just years and years of just getting up and trying to find an opportunity, trying to find, like, I set out to, like, I started with nothing, like, just trying to find an engineer,
right?
Just trying to find a studio, because I was in the military, so I was stationed in Albuquerque for like 4 years, 3.5 years.
Right after high school?
Yeah, like a year after high school, I joined the Air Force, and that's a whole other story. Okay. But like, when I was out there, I was like, dude, I need to get on this music shit, and I grinded until I found one studio. Shout out fucking Mike C. And once I got into there and just locked in with him, I was able to, like, okay, kind of get the ropes of how an engineer works, how a session works, like how a recording process works. Like, these sessions, like, were like long sessions, like, and sometimes they're 30 minutes, whatever. Right. But then I kind of carried that experience into, okay, now let me kind of find someone to shoot my videos too. Because the reason I stayed with Mike C, he wasn't charging me crazy money. I was also making good money in the military, so it was kind of like a win-win for me. Right. I really think it's just finding finding people that build relationships with. Right. And that can honestly be way more beneficial than just reaching out to, like, a big, like, videographer name. Oh, I know this guy shoots good videos, let me just reach out to him directly, versus just, I feel like it's just manifesting what you believe in, bro, and it comes to you. Right. You know? Like perfect example. I did this volunteer show, like a donation show, for Christmas time. Okay. And so it was either get a ticket, bring a toy to donate, and you get in for free. I love that. Right. So I met an artist there by the name of Styles the artiste. Okay. And, you know, we just hit it off. I was like, yo, I fuck with your music. He's like, I fuck with your music. We got to the studio. Lo and behold, that's how I met Trill Dill. Gotcha. Then I met Bo. Then it's just like, and it's just because I worked for opportunities. I worked hard to get that show, you know, and I got that show from, like, Markel's cousin on some random shit because he looked out, and I was like, it doesn't really seem that interesting, but fuck it, I'll do it. It's for a good cause, so I'll do it. That's literally the only reason why I did it. It's for a good cause. You're like, this isn't publicity or nothing. No, because I searched the venue. It was a venue I'd never heard of. Right. But then, like, going there, I knew I was supposed to be there that night because I had made a song in dedication to two homies that had got killed. Okay, sorry to hear that, bro. And I didn't know him personally, but I knew a homie that was really hurt because he was best friends with them. So, and it was fucking with me too. So I was like, let me make this song from the outside looking in type thing. Right. I called it Immortalized. Okay. Basically to immortalize their names. Now they're in this song. They're never going to be forgotten. This song is going to be played forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like a snippet of, like, the news clip that says their names in there. Right. So I made the song, I sent it to my homie, and it was strictly just for a homie, and it bangs too. You know, it's on my SoundCloud. I'll have to check that out. Actually, it's in Apple Music now, Spotify. Okay, it just dropped on all that shit. For sure. So I get to the venue, and in my set, that's one of the songs I'm performing. Lo and behold, the dad of one of them sons is the owner of the venue. No. And is the DJ and putting on the show and everything. Wow. So I'm in the middle of my performance and he hears his son's name on the speakers. You know, he's like dead locked with me and I'm like locked with him and I'm like shaking, dude. I'm like, that's dude, crazy. Like I'm about to perform this song. And like, so after the performance, he came up to me, give me a hug. he told me thank you and everything. And I even told him, like, dude, I had no idea, like, you were even here or nothing like that. Like, I performed this song. Like, it's in my show tape.
Right.
I just performed the song because I just made it.
Right.
You know? And the fact that you're here, like, it's just, like, kind of, like, surreal, you know?
Really?
Like,
yeah, super weird.
And so, and then, you know, and then Styles came up to me and he told me, yo, great set and everything. And from there, it just kind of just took off, man. Like, a week later, me and Styles we did the Middle Child remix. Like, and it's just... I haven't stopped. That's what kind of like made me believe, bro. Like, that was like that's fate, bro. That's not no little shit, you know.
Yeah, that's like a lot of that. But leading up, how long ago was this?
That was Christmas 2 years ago, I believe.
So there was a lot leading up to that too. So it was almost like all of that pain and effort and like trying to get there.
Before that, man, I was already like in the street, like grinding, like fresh out the military.
You're like trying to push CDs like back.
Dude, I felt like I was back at square one. Like, I went
standing outside concerts, handing out free mixtapes, bro.
Dude, like, and I actually did a lot of shows that year.
Yeah.
And the next year, I ended up doing the hip hop festival with Styles. So it's like Styles kind of like put me in positions to do a lot of shit. So I owe a lot to that man, you know. And so now I got him on the album. Beautiful Mess coming out. Like, I got him on my own shit that kind of help him out now, you know. Like, you looked out for me, bro. And I tell him all the time, bro, like, all the shit I'm doing now, honestly, if I didn't meet Trill because of you, I probably wouldn't be this far. Like, you know, like, so that's my bro. Like, I fuck with Styles a long way, but like, it just, like I said, it's all about just persevering, man, and just not giving up on like shit, bro.
At least recognizing opportunity when it's there. Because
even that year, I had a shitty year up until that Christmas show. That whole year was shitty.
Like, as far as music or like life?
Just life, man. Like eating shit. Just every time I go outside, something like my car breaks down. I got fired. My girl broke up with me. Like, whatever the hell it was, like, it was just something. There was always something. And it was just like, damn, when is this shit gonna end?
Right. So...
And it actually got worse the following year, to be real with you. I actually fucking went homeless and lost fucking everything.
Oh, damn.
But the bounce back is like is the story I like to fucking tell, because, like, you know, I'm better than ever, you know, now.
I was gonna say, like, based on what I see, like, so I only started following you like maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And it was through Dylan, through everyone in that crowd. And you seem like you're holding your own, like, real solid lately, from what I can see. So that's all surprising to hear.
I definitely, I think people that know me very well will tell you that, like, I definitely make it a lot easier than what it is.
You hold your composure.
It's very hard, man, because at the end of the day, I get home and I just sink into my couch, smoke a blunt, and just fucking say fuck the world, man, because I just do so much throughout the day, you know, like being a dad.
I was going to ask about that, too. Like, you're a young father, too, so you got, you know, how old is your daughter, son?
My son, he'll be 9 months on the 8th.
Damn,
August 8th.
Okay.
So, and
that's crazy.
I mean, he's growing so fast, man. Yeah. But, like, honestly, like going back to what I was just talking about, losing all my shit last year. Right. That was in the midst of me having him on the way.
Oh, shit.
So for me, it was like, dude, you know, you've lost everything. You're at ground zero. You're homeless. You don't have shit. It's like sink or swim. Dude. And the fucked up thing is, I told myself, you've been here before. So you know exactly what to do this time. So instead of like the first time where I had gone through that rut and it took me damn near 6 months to a year to get out, it took me 2 months. Right. It took me 2 months. I got a crib. I fucking had like almost 3 jobs. I was doing whatever I could to get money. Like, I was just like, and I did it. I got my apartment. I got my new car. I got all this shit. Like 2 months, and then my baby was born, and then ever since then, it's just like that's been my motivation. Like, he's been my end all be all. Like,
yeah, you got it together like right in time.
Yeah, and that's why I believe like no one can really like stop me from chasing what I'm going for, man.
That's half the battle,
because I'm not doing it for me. Yeah, you know, I'm doing it for my son. Like, so you can't stop that.
That's half the battle, is having a purpose that's outside of yourself. Yeah, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people who don't have that. Yeah, and I don't want to name any names, but there's even really guys who have gotten really, really far in music, in movies, and whatever they wanted to get to, and they fell right off as soon as they got there because they didn't have any other reason to do it. Yep. So
they get there and then it's gone. That spark is gone. That reason is gone. You know. Right. I don't know. I feel like, well, some of those cases, I feel like people just kind of give up because they feel like they're not fulfilled. You know, I got what I wanted, but what the fuck? Like, this is it. This is what it is. Like, this is what it feels like. I thought it was gonna be. And then it's just like that's a sad. I hate hearing stories like that. Yeah. Cause I even have old nightmares I used to about shit like that. Or what if I make it? What if I make it and I hate that shit, man? Like, what if I get on and I got everything I need? I'm the biggest rapper in the world. I have a big fucking house. I got the nicest car in the world. I got everything. My son's fed. But what if like there's just something that's still like that eats at me?
Well, whatever it is. I think the only thing that really keeps you away from getting to that point is having something else to do it for. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I feel like you won't get there if you have another reason to be doing it. Or if, like, you really love what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, if you really, really enjoy what you're doing, a lot of people say even if you're good at something, don't do it if you don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm really good at basketball, dude, but, like, I'm not going to try for no fucking team, dude.
Suck at basketball.
I'm not.
I'm trash at basketball. We'll have to play one-on-one so you can just, like...
We can just play horse, dude. Like,
yeah, there you go. Right. So, you have a new project coming out.
So
new EP and then an album.
Yeah. So the EP is dropping on the 4th.
Okay.
EP is nonprofit in the sense to where I'm not making any money from it. I kind of was inspired to write it based off of the events of the George Floyd killing.
Okay.
So after seeing that, I went through my own kind of self, manifestation where I was like, damn, I've seen this story happen before. And it goes deeper into this because where I'm grown from, like the environment I was in from like, I don't know, 10 to like now, like when I was a young kid, I was nothing but Mexican dudes, black people, like minorities, like I was in the hood, man. Right. So like I wasn't like aware kind of what's going on in the white community
outside of what you know,
in a sense to where my mom lived at.
Right.
I wasn't here. I wasn't living there mentally. I was over here in Maryville. That's what I thought was cool.
Right.
That's what I thought was the normal.
Right.
So to see people that look out for me, like Markel's family, they took me in like early, like their own. Right. Like when I was young, like I always went to Markel's grandma's. I was always over there partying with them. I hug his auntie like she's my auntie. His grandma, rest in peace. Like, like it's just like to see these people that I care about so much because they looked out for me so much to be killed constantly and just oppressed and just fucked up for years and years and years. And I still like haven't even said shit, like really had nothing, but it's because it's like, what do I say? I don't really know what to say. I was kind of like biting my tongue off, like my skin color. I don't understand what it's like to be black. I don't fucking know, dude.
Right.
I don't know. I don't wake up in the morning knowing that like, well, I hope I can walk down the street today and go get a fucking drink.
Not get harassed.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to deal with that just because my skin's a little whiter. So like over the years, it's been like a thing with me. It's just like, why haven't I said shit, something? So once I understood, it's like, I don't know what to say. It's like, I don't know how to say it. So I was like, fuck it, let me get in the book. So I started listening to beats and I started just playing around with different flows and different like ways to say what was in my heart. And I kind of just blossomed the whole like little 6-track EP out of it,
Yeah.
Like I talk about like Donald Trump on there. I got Deli Every Day. I got Tarek Lamont on there. I talk about, so we were talking about something that's bigger than us earlier.
Right.
There's a song on there called Bigger Than Me.
There you go.
And that kind of just literally covers everything we just talked about. But I decided to drop it, and every penny, every stream that I make from this shit, I'm going to donate it to George Floyd's family, Deion Johnson's family. I don't want no money from this shit. I want people to hear this music. I want people to understand the music and share it and keep sharing it, because a lot of shit I'm saying people need to hear. Yeah. A lot of shit that I'm saying people are afraid to say. I'm not afraid to say it,
Right.
And I think that's because of my influencers like Tupac and, like very outspoken and political, like, and so I'm like...
Something that made them great, though, is the fact that they were willing to speak that way.
I said a line on there. I said that Donald Trump covered up Jeffrey Epstein's murder so that the pedophilia shit won't get exposed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I talk about that shit, like, and it's just like... What rapper is talking about that right now?
And we're seeing more and more news about that.
Dude, that shit's fucking crazy right now. Yeah. Like, it's just like, why... It's kind of crazy how you lose like tens of thousands of children, bro. So you don't lose them, bro.
It's 800,000 to 1 million kids go missing every year in the United States.
A
year in the United States.
Like, how come that shit's not all over the media, all over the news? You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you why. Because the motherfuckers control the media. The Clintons control that shit.
I posted this on Instagram today. I was like, it doesn't pay the media sources enough to cover this shit. It pays them better not to cover it. There are people behind it trying to cover shit up, so they're gonna pay them off.
We will cash you all this shit. Do not fucking leak
even
this
with
shit,
the people they have in jail right now. There's still other people who are covering for their asses.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. You actually write? You physically write?
Yeah, I'm more so like on the phone right now. Gotcha. It's either between the phone or just literally coming up with it in the booth.
Okay, I was gonna say because there's not a lot of rappers that actually still write their stuff out. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, when it's something special, like I wrote a song for her the other day. I actually wrote it pen and pencil. You know what I mean? Right. Like it's different because people don't even write letters. Yeah. Anymore, and it's a different kind of intimacy when you write a letter or write on paper. Right. Like. But I do really like going in the booth and just listening and just kind of just spitting scats and just coming up with shit. Just punching in and trying to get stuff going. There's nothing like that. I feel like I'm literally creating a canvas when I do that, you know?
Have you ever watched like Tory Lanez, the making of video where he's in the booth doing his thing?
Yeah. I really like that shit.
A lot of people talk shit on him for it. You know what I mean? For punching in. They're like, oh, you're not like a full artist. You can't just go in there and spit and throw down some rappers might be able to. But dude, I love the way that he works. Like he's standing in there with the blunt in his hand, he's smoking as he's making the song. Like it is a feeling process for him.
Well, the thing is, freestyling is literally like I feel like it's like something you can like literally like teach yourself. Like me, I'm not the best freestyler. I can probably get down for like 30 seconds, like solid, like before I'm like I fall off, you know. But I feel like it's like shooting free throws. And it's a muscle in your brain, you know, to be able to say and rhyme words but not think about what you're saying. Right. Because that's the thing. That's why people can't freestyle or feel like they can't, because they're thinking about what am I gonna say next. It's like, oh, the blue wall, and so I fuck what rhymes with blue wall. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, just go. Like, and sometimes it don't fucking matter what you say. If it rhymes, sometimes it just comes out good. Yeah. That's the thing about freestyling. Right. Is you don't have to say the best shit, dude. As long as you're captivating the crowd, as long as you're like entertaining this shit, people are gonna talk about you. Right. You know, like.
That's one thing about Juice WRLD. Like, not everything he says. People will argue he's the best freestyle they've ever seen, right? For example.
No, he snapped. I seen one,
Right, and he goes in the booth and he does the same thing. So he lays down songs almost in one take, like just does them. Yeah. And he's not always saying the most intricate or like impactful shit, but it still sounds really good. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So sometimes it's the way you say it. Right. I think that's why I give hats off to like people like I hate to say it, but Drake.
You're not a Drake fan? I saw that today, bro.
I love Drake. I was like, I posted that for clickbait. Okay. I fuck with Drake.
I was going to say, I was like...
You know why I put that? So I posted a song, and I entitled it Fuck Drake, right? So the reason I titled it Fuck Drake is because I was supposed to release that shit like when he dropped that album he just dropped, that From Florida with Love. I got on that beat. And so obviously I can't put that shit on Apple Music because it's not my shit.
They'll flag it, yeah.
So I put it on SoundCloud to listen for free. They take that shit down every single time. I'm like, why? Like, I'm not getting no money. Fuck Drake. So every time I try to post that show, today I posted it on SoundCloud, and it was live for like 5 minutes, and I go back and it's gone. Damn. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just drop this shit on IGTV. Fuck Drake, like, because that motherfucker got like special fucking CIA agents like on the internet, like taking down his shit, bro.
Dude,
like,
his house is so big, he probably has them working in his house. Quite honestly,
I just don't understand. But it's fucked up because I think I seen it might have been Merkham's, somebody out here that had just got on a Drake beat and they posted it on YouTube.
I think, no, I don't know.
It was a video and he put on YouTube. So it's like, well, it didn't get flagged on YouTube. So I was thinking about shooting a video for it, but it's just, I got so much other videos to do. I'm not worried about that one song right now.
Right. That beat is crazy.
He killed that shit. And that's the only, that's my favorite song on the album. Yeah. That's why I got on that one.
That beat is super crazy. Yeah. What is your beat selection like? What do you look for in a beat when you're trying to pick something?
I try not to look for the beat. I try to just, as soon as I hear it, if I don't like it in the first 5 seconds, I'll go to the next one. Okay. I'll put it to a folder and I'll come back to it maybe. But like I just gotta hear something that's like is just something that I hear.
Do you play them straight from the start, or do you jump to the middle and listen to them?
No, I'll play them from the start. From the start. Well, I'll give you like the first 10 seconds. Say like you're a new producer, you just send me 3 beats or whatever. I'll listen to the first one. I'll give you the first 10 seconds, and then you haven't caught me yet. Then I'll fast forward a little bit to like maybe like the bulk of it. But really, I think it's really like melodic, like Code of the Friend. Okay. Love his production. Yeah. His production is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Very unique.
Very unique. Very. I mean, how do you describe that? Like euphoric, kind of like songbird, sunshine kind of sound. Like I fuck with that shit. Like, but I go from that to like Schoolboy Q, like gritty, dirty, like cocaine music, you know, right. Like, and I fuck with Freddie Gibbs tough. Like right. Matt, if I had to choose like one producer to work with for the rest of my life, it'd be like Madlib. Okay. Or like Alchemist. Okay. You know, something like that. Like
someone versatile, someone who can do it all, but still makes it sound good.
Yeah, and I love sample based shit. I don't care what anybody says. It's nothing like a beat where you hear it and it's got a crazy sample in that.
I agree. Me and her talk about this all the time. When we're in the car, we hear something that has a sample in it. We're like, wait, what is that from? Yeah. You know what I mean? They hit different for some reason.
Yeah, I think it's the essence of hip hop that I hear of a producer just throwing something into an MPC and chopping it up, or keys and chopping it up, and just really like that's a DJ thing, you know. Like
it came from when DJs were first.
That's kind of what sampling is to me, at least. You know, like she was playing a song earlier in the car, and it had a sample of a song that I had just wrote to. Right. And I have to actually scrap that beat because somebody just bought the exclusive. Like, this is why I don't like going on YouTube for beats. Right. Like, I have, like, 2 or 3 producers, like, hidden gems I don't tell nobody about. They have maybe 200-300 views on their shit. But their shit is crazy. Right. And I'll buy their beats. Other than that, it's either Trill or Q Williams or, you know, I got a couple others. But, like I hate when motherfuckers buy an exclusive before I can do something to it, so I don't go on YouTube.
Like I didn't even get a chance to try.
Yeah, but like the thing, so a sample is like that. Like buying a sample, like a beat off of YouTube that's sampled is just like, did that producer clear this shit?
I was gonna say, so do you have to deal with the rights? Like, how does that work? Can you even go anywhere to check that kind of a thing?
I'm sure there's somewhere.
That's crazy.
I'm sure there's something, but at this point, it's kind of like, I don't fucking care if I get sued for using a sample, you know, because that kind of means I caught a lot of attention. Right. So it's kind of like, I feel like you can kind of say that you made it if you get sued off your music, 'cause, you know.
Dude, like, it's weird that people are like suing other artists for like their cadences and their flows and shit now. Like, you remember?
You can't do that.
Wasn't there a Juice WRLD case that was going on where Yellow Card was suing him for like the melody or some shit?
Yeah, I heard something. I heard something like that.
That's the one that tripped me up. I was like, how are they suing for like the word? It's almost like it was almost like the pattern. Yeah. You know what I mean? They were suing him for like the pattern.
Yeah, I just feel like you can't, man. Because if that's the case, Drake should be fucking bankrupt. You know what I mean? Just like.
Drake's got
and not to single Drake out, that because all the songs that were ghostwritten for him, even if Quentin Miller or whoever, whatever, put them out by themselves, it wouldn't have been the song it was without Drake on it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. Right. The same lyrics, the same everything, it's Drake's voice that makes 100%. It. And it's just, what were you saying?
Talking about Juice WRLD with the Yellow Card thing.
I think you can't get mad or want to sue somebody for a similar flow or cadence, because that's what hip hop is. I'm a sponge to all the rappers I was inspired by,
all the music in general.
Yeah, and not just rappers, but like, because my mom put me on to like punk rock early, and even Spanish music like Maná, like I was into like a lot of different like music genres growing up.
Influences.
I just preferred rap. I just liked, because it was so spoken word and so direct. I don't have to like sing or anything. I can literally just say, "Hey, fuck the police," you know, whatever. Right. But like even Kendrick, even Tupac, even all the great artists, they all got their style from somewhere. It's all passed down somewhere. Like, you know, Kendrick got a lot of his shit from Wayne. A lot of his shit, like his C4 tape, he sounds like he's trying to be Lil Wayne, you know, and so like you just, it's obvious when someone's biting you, but you can't. I feel like I take like a compliment to that. Like, damn,
like I did something so well that you're like,
bro, like that's what's up, bro. Like, but I just feel like people shouldn't get mad over shit like that.
How do you feel about ghostwriters, since you brought that up with Drake?
So I feel
as someone who writes their own shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You never know. There could be dudes out here who don't write their own shit.
Yeah. Oh, there is.
In Arizona, even.
There. I mean, and I even know a few industry artists who are guilty of it too. Like, I think that if you have a ghostwriter, you can't. You're just disqualified from any list or any competition or whatever. It's like taking steroids in baseball. Okay, you know, fair enough. That's how I look at it.
Fair enough.
And but it's not the goal. I'm not against ghostwriting. Some people, they just have a cool voice or like a great singing voice, and like I really truly believe 90% of the shit on the radio is probably ghostwritten. Like You know,
it's been touched. The industry works that stuff. Like when it's going to radio, the industry works that stuff.
It's almost so like much. A normal now, you know. Yeah. And like you look on what song was it? There was like a song that was huge. The Travis Scott one with Drake.
You
know how many writers are on that song?
Yeah, dude? I know what song. It was off his album. Yeah, there you go.
There's like 10 plus writers on that shit. Yeah. You know? And that could be because each producer might have got a writer's credit as well on top of everything.
Got you.
But it's like I think there's even ghost producers out there. Like
I know in the EDM world there are for sure, because I used to work in the EDM behind the scene type stuff, and I know for a fact there are certain very large artists,
like somebody made this beat and just put their tag on it. Yep. Like, you know what I mean? Yep. Like Mike Will maybe didn't make it, you know?
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? You just threw the tag on it at the
end. Nobody could have made it. So I seen this documentary. You heard of a rapper named KR?
No.
So KR went on this video, and he was kind of exposing some shit because he was a ghostwriter.
Okay.
And he was like explaining this room. So imagine this hallway, right? And there's all these doors. At the end of the hallway, there's this big grand door. So this boss comes through. He goes in each door, and he's like, "Oh, I like this hook. I like this verse. I like this beat. I like this, this, this." Collects a little package, brings it to the end, and presents it to the biggest artist. Let's call it Great Drake or whatever. And he's like, "Hey, well, here's 10 hits. Pick one," you know, type shit. And then boom, there's God's plan. Or that's just an example, but you know what I mean? And that could have not been the producer it is. It could have not been Drake's vocal or his lyrics, and just only his vocals.
Do you know St. John?
St. John.
He's like more recently been on the radio and kind of been popping off and stuff like that.
I probably
that 3 Below Zero song or whatever.
I might know the song.
Okay. He had an interview that I watched not long ago where he was talking about he got into the industry as a writer. Mm-hmm. So he was writing music for people like Rihanna and shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. And he spoke about something similar to that, but it was basically just like a camp. Like they did a camp of writers who were all writing songs and like producing things and putting all these songs together for, I believe, specifically Rihanna. I might be wrong in the specifics of this, but something to that nature, right? Mm-hmm. Where it was just a bunch of people putting shit together, like melodies and songs and lyrics and stuff together for her to end up making.
That's so crazy.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's weird. Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like it's different. Like when like you're in high school and you're younger and you hear about this shit and it's just like, oh, it's like Illuminati and all that other shit. But then it's like when you actually are in the studio with actually like these people and they actually see how some of the business gets done, it's kind of like, you know, like it's a fucked up industry, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's a nasty industry. Like,
dude, the music industry spends a ton of money every year just on researching like what specific sounds and styles, what exactly are people listening to right now that's going to keep them listening the whole time. It's the same thing with like Instagram and YouTube and stuff. All the algorithms are built to have you stay there, and they're going to show you more of the same shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They're going to show you more of what you want to see. Yeah. So if you're stuck in a cycle of shitty music, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, exactly. You're fucked unless that artist is really going outside of his own to really get to you. You know what I mean? Like,
or someone puts you on to something that's like, you know, better than what you're listening to. And better is subjective, obviously. Like music is music. But
I got people that put like, you know, like Gucci Mane over like Kendrick.
You
know,
like Gucci's great.
I respect Gucci. I love Gucci. Ain't nothing wrong with Gucci Mane,
but he's not a better rapper than Kendrick. Come on,
bro. Yeah. Like, and it's just like, and I get it if he's your favorite,
right?
But being honest with yourself,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right. Like I will ride for Nipsey and call Nipsey one of the greatest rappers of all time forever. Yeah, that's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Just about everyone I've talked to would disagree with me. Yeah. They're like, he didn't have enough of a catalog or this, that.
I think
although he had a huge catalog, he just didn't have a large catalog of music that people knew about.
Yeah.
A lot of his stuff was like mixtapes and old independent stuff that he did, but it was all really good in my opinion.
Yeah. I think if he would have dropped like 2 more projects off of the same kind of...
After Victory Laps? Yeah. I agree.
Then there would have been no question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But... So I just want to touch on this briefly because it's like a dark ass fucking topic. But it's like, do you think that you get like when you die, you become way more famous than you ever will be? You know what I'm saying? Once you get that death certificate, you know what I'm saying? It just become your fucking numbers go fucking up. Everything just up. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And it's just like, and so I say that to say this. I think the biggest marketing scheme in the business industry is your own death. Like, you know what I'm saying? People make money off of your fucking death. You know what I'm saying? Like, even,
and like a lot of it.
And for who knows how fucking long, people are still making money off of Tupac. People are still saying Tupac's alive and coming out with fucking video footage of like new shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they even use that hologram, bro. Do you know how much money in like that's crazy?
I remember when I first seen that, you know,
like, what the fuck? Yeah. The fact that the industry, dude, do you know how much money it might cost to like put something like that together? The fact that they would spend that much money to get something like that done is crazy. Yeah. Like, paying homage obviously is great, but like from a business perspective, you know, the industry does this shit for some sort of a financial benefit.
For sure. They're like, we're gonna make a hologram of Tupac. And, you know, it's just like they know whatever they invest into that, they know what they're gonna make.
What they're gonna make back
because of his name.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? Like, and so that's just like this fucking industry is so crazy. But for every artist out there coming up, just be careful, be smart. Fucking don't let motherfuckers take advantage of you. I think that's really the biggest thing, dude.
And honestly, it's
I've seen it too many times.
You have to be real ignorant to let the industry take advantage of you, especially now, because there's so many people speaking out against it, and like big names big names in the music industry are speaking out against it.
Meg Thee Stallion, she was trapped under her contract, wasn't she? Like in this year or something.
Future talk shit on the industry.
Anyways,
she got shot in the foot twice.
She's like fucking. She's trapped under her deal. She has Tory Lanez shot her feet. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, and they're trying to spin the Tory Lanez thing, at least from what I heard, as she was attacking Tory Lanez and he did it in defense type
and
thing.
Even so, man, like, I mean, you're a little dude. That's a big woman. You should know, like, if you piss this woman off, she's probably gonna knock you out, bro.
Upside the head, yeah.
Like, it's just like, I don't know. I try not to like really speak on celebrities' fucking lives, because it's like, what if something happened to me like that and that wasn't the story at all? Yeah, you know what I mean? I'll be fucking like, damn, the whole world thinks I shot this girl in the foot. You know,
people still go back and forth about Chris Brown. People still go back and forth about Chris Brown to this day.
With that one, like, because I forget what video. They dropped some kind of video about it, or he came clean about some shit a couple years ago where he just all shit. And there was
it the documentary he did? I think he did a documentary for Netflix a couple years ago.
I think so. Yeah. And she was like squeezed his nuts while he was driving, like wouldn't let go, and like punched him in the face and all kinds of crazy shit. I'm like, dude, I would have punched him in the face too, bro. Like, dude, I'm telling you, like, this shit is like hurting me right now. Like,
I'm telling you, like, but like, it's his word against hers. But it's just you know what I mean? At this point, now at least,
in a situation like that, it never makes it like okay. Right. You know, it never makes it okay, but it's just like, it's just crazy when the story comes out. It's, damn, Chris Brown just beat Rihanna's ass senselessly for no reason. Right. Like, he's a fucking maniac. You know, he just beat her ass. Like, you know, it's fucked up how much if your life is out there when you're a celebrity too. That's the scary thing about this industry.
And again, going back to it, the media's in it to make money. Mm-hmm. So it's like crazy to think about how many stories we heard growing up about celebrities that were completely misconstrued, right? That we had like no truth to them at all. It's weird to think about that, but again, media does what the media does, so the media can make money. Yeah. So
no, for sure. They're fucking I hate the media, but I love the media.
Why do you say you love it?
I love them because we kind of need them in a sense, you know.
I don't think we do. Not in the age of social media. Not anymore.
Well, if that's what we're talking about, media. Are you talking about like paparazzi or fucking like sources and shit? Or like,
I mean, I just feel do you think we need the paparazzi and shit too?
I honestly, I'm gonna be Kanye with the paparazzi, dude. Like, I'm gonna be, good morning, Kanye. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. Like, yeah, like I'm be pissed like all the time. But like, you know, I'm not one to just be disrespectful. You know, when someone comes up to me with a camera, asks me a question, I'll say, what's up, bro? But it's when they're like, when I'm with my family and they're on my girl's side of the car trying to fucking put the camera in the car.
Or like on your baby or like.
You know what I mean? You know, asking my kid questions and shit like that. It's
again, crossing the disrespectful line.
It's boundary shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like, I think with them, like, we don't need paparazzi. I don't think we even really need like media as far as TV. But I think it's still good to like have almost like a form, like if we can make a new version of television, you know what I'm saying, instead of cable and air or whatever, some kind of virtual shit that literally only gives you the news that you should give a fuck about. Because you can go on CNN and you see, oh, this fucking dog won the new competition, and then below it's 3,000 people got slaughtered in Syria. This, you know what I mean? So it's like, why isn't there some kind of tube or some kind of network that literally only feeds you this breaking news, this important shit going on in the world. You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like there might be websites that try to do that, but at the same time, they probably don't get the publicity they need to be big enough because they don't show all the masses.
Yeah.
So it's all a bit. The media is like the craziest industry in the world. Like the music media industry is the craziest thing once you start looking at it.
Yeah.
So it's like you almost have to question like how this stuff all started. Who masterminded all of this shit and made it the way that it is and made it so that they could make money doing what they're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I have my theories. I'm not trying to get into that.
Hey man, I'm open for it if you want to give a quick one on it.
I just think that there's certain families that run the country and the whole world, not just this country, but there's families that run this world, and those families own certain political figures who literally tell the country fucking don't wear a mask or wear a mask, or what they're telling us right now. I think it's just literally information to kind of what you call false flag, right? I'm not saying COVID-19 is not real, because that shit is very fucking real, right? You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of, as far as what they're pushing out to you as the numbers. So you got the Rothschilds, who I believe kind of give the Clintons the money, who Clintons kind of run the media and what gets them put on TV,
right?
She's on trial right now. Like, she's like, you know what I'm saying?
She's in it
There's
right now.
nothing broadcasting that shit. I wonder why. Because she's probably fucking paying all this shit. Don't, keep this shit low as fuck.
Or she has dirt on somebody.
She has dirt. And even with Einstein's woman,
Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever.
Maxwell, and I bet you that's going to try to get hush, even though the judge is trying to open up all that shit.
Right.
Like, everything is trying to, like you can almost see their efforts in keeping it quiet because of how much they're pushing out fucking rioters and this and that and COVID-19, all the death numbers.
It gotta make you think. It has to make you think at least a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's a fear tactic.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
And so I think that's literally what it's all ran over. It's like, or ran by. It's like at the top of the pyramid, there's these families, and they just have these fucking puppets.
It's like overarching control.
You know what I'm saying? That run the shit.
Yeah.
And that's why I say it's bullshit that rappers join the Illuminati and this and that, because these people are the most racist white people fucking out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that own this shit. That's what I believe. I'm not saying it's a fact, but...
Well, also, I think it's interesting that Hollywood is involved with this child sex trafficking scandal, and we don't see much from the music, if anything, from the music community. Yeah. So that seems interesting to me. Like, that's something to look into. Why is it just Hollywood that's involved with this?
It's almost like, so I don't know if it's pronounced Moloch or Moloch.
Okay.
God of child sacrifice, the dude with the fucking horns. I think he's like a sheep looking face, right?
I'm not familiar, but
I did my research. I just found this out like a while ago when this whole Wayfair thing came out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's almost like you have like this secret society within Hollywood and politics that all kind of intermingle with each other for this sacrificial kind of fucking weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Because of certain chemicals and shit that these children carry.
They're talking about adrenochrome or whatever.
That shit, bro.
Right.
Like, and it's just like, it's almost just like, it's not like, it's not, I don't not believe it.
It's not out of reach for you.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not, because...
It's not out of reach for me either. I'm agreeing with you.
The proof is there. Yeah. I read all the testimony against Donald Trump and what he got like accused of rape like a couple years back, like right before his election, right before he got elected president. Like, there was a whole fucking court case against him and everything, like details. And I read all this shit, and it's just like, and this shit went unnoticed completely. Like, while he's running for president, like, that's not a coincidence. You know, he's a very rich man. Like, he's gonna pay as much money as he can to get that shit taken out from any source he can, and all this shit.
I mean, anyone with money is gonna do the same thing. Yeah, you're gonna do whatever you can to clean your name up, especially when you got the money to
president.
Do it. Like,
dude.
Yeah. I mean, people question his reason for becoming president anyways. Like, if you had all these, I mean, there's question of like how much his businesses were actually making and things like that too. Was he really not all that good of a businessman, and that's why he chose to go for president? It's
could have been the smartest business move of all time.
That's what I'm saying. So it's all this different speculation about what are his motives. At the end of the day, you know what I think it is? I think if there was a way to really truly tell that someone is being honest with you about their motives for something, we wouldn't have any of these problems.
Yeah.
If you could really figure out if someone was being honest about their motives.
Yeah.
you'd be fine.
If people came with disclaimers.
Yeah, if people came, right. Yeah. That's a good, you should use that in a song.
I did.
There you go.
Yeah. That's actually going to be in the EP coming up, yeah.
I'm going to listen for it when it comes out, bro.
Yeah.
So we're pulling up on about an hour.
For sure.
I want to give you the floor. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. You got a camera here, a camera there. You pick one, talk to it, let them know what's going on.
All right, for sure. Well, check it out. So I got a lot of shit coming out, produced by Trill. If y'all don't know who Trill Deal is, y'all really missing out on a great engineer for all you rappers out there looking for that good quality sound. Like, for real, Trill's got it. I don't want to really get out too much about the project.
Okay.
I just want to kind of let everybody know that, like, it's on the way, bro.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of artists like, oh, I'm about to drop. I'm coming. I'm about to blow up. Like, I just kind of like let the music speak for itself in a sense, and do the best promotion I can. And all I'm gonna say is, if y'all are and speak, you know, how y'all. Let me see, how am I gonna say this?
Take your time, bro.
Basically, if y'all gonna practice what you preach, and say that y'all support Black Lives Matter and y'all really want to make a change in the world, then y'all will listen to the EP, not because I want your support, not because I want you to be a fan, but because every fucking stream, every time you press play on that shit, that's another number that gets added literally to George Floyd's family, Deion Johnson's family. Like, and I don't know how I'm gonna reach it to them, but I'm gonna collect all the money every month from whatever it is, and fucking donate it to whatever account I can find that I know goes to them.
Right.
You know, and I'm probably gonna start with Deion Johnson's family because they're local.
That's closer to home.
And I can literally figure out a way to track them down and say, this is what I'm doing. This is why I made this tape. This is who I am. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and that's, I think that's where I start. I gotta start home.
Right.
I would love to change the world, but I can't fix the outside problem if the shit isn't fixed right here. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I really just ask everybody to go cop Issachar EP. Issachar, if you don't know what Issachar is, you gonna find out. You know what Issachar is?
I've heard.
I want to tell them, but I want them to hear the EP and find out.
Let them hear the EP. I'm gonna go Google that shit so that way I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have to do an update podcast, bro.
Yeah.
Because it seems like you got so much stuff going on that like we're gonna have to have you come back.
Because we can do that, because once Issachar is out, then I got a whole another album
ready to go.
Produced by Trill. There
you go.
Beautiful Mess. It's coming out next month. So yeah,
we'll have to bring Trill in too.
Yeah, I told him about it. I told him I was coming up here. So yeah. He's like, oh, that's my friend. I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Dope. Well, I appreciate you coming on, bro. I appreciate you giving us time, being honest with me as well, being on here, man. It's difficult for people to really speak their mind sometimes, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
That's another episode for you guys. We have another one coming out next week, per usual, Fridays at 10 a.m., and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.